All right, welcome back. In a world divided, we must learn how to come together. Today's segment is about building the happy coexistence between motor vehicles, bicycles, and people on foot.
Joining us live from the Oak Leaf Trail is Jake Newborn with the Wisconsin Bike Fed. And today we're going to chat about two things: the MilWAKee Walks Crosswalk Actions and Wisconsin's Bike Week Pedal for Good. So good morning to you, Jake.
Good morning, ladies. Thanks for having me back.
A little bit rainy out there today, but we're glad to have you join us. And I think this is so important, especially when it rains, because there's still people out walking, and we often need to know how people need to respond to pedestrians. So what is the actual law? What are the rules when it comes to a people stopping driving for someone walking?
Right. So once a pedestrian has entered that crosswalk, it's up to the car to yield the right-of-way and allow that person to continue going. So very important to do, especially today when it's wet, when it's dark, to give extra space to allow for that person time to cross. Also, one big thing is, people want to pass a car that stopped. If a car is stopped at a crosswalk, the chances are they're stopped for a reason. So it's very dangerous to speed around them and trying to keep going.
Such a good point, Jake. And I want you to tell us where we are. I just want to make sure I'm clear on where you are, because I think it's a good spot, because it kind of shows how complicated some crossings are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are actually at a pretty good spot here. We're on Wilson Drive and Olive Street, the Oak Leaf Trail connection. So you'll have a lot of, maybe not today, but a lot of people walking, bikers trying to access the trail and the park. And there have been some improvements here where they put a pedestrian island in, which is great to stop look at the traffic coming in the other direction. It can be very challenging for a pedestrian to navigate, both directions of traffic at high speed. So to be able to stop in the middle is a much improved safety measure for this street.
That's a pretty cool. We're looking at a torso cam of someone walking. I thought that was pretty cool to see. We've all done it though. We walked across the street. A car is coming. I always try and look and make eye contact, but there's sometimes that back and forth, between the car and you, like who goes, who shouldn't. So what should the person walking be extra careful of?
Yeah, like I said, looking out for that car coming around behind another car. And once the car has stopped and they've said go ahead, check again. Check to the left side again, to the right side again, because looking for those other cars. And then once that car sees you and they stop, when you feel safe, go ahead, because otherwise you do kind of play that game of chicken, is who wants to go, and someone's got to take action there. So
let's say, Jake, that somebody is concerned about a street near them. Is there a way to take crosswalk action?
Yeah, so this is part of our MilWAKee Walks program. We're going to be doing these all throughout September along streets that are on the high injury network in Milwaukee. So you can go to our Facebook page, email us at info@wisconsinbikefed.org, and we're going to be doing some trainings on Brady Street, North Avenue, 16th Street, to show people how to have these on the street that is in their neighborhood. We can provide you with the signs that they're holding, with some other pamphlets and material to make sure you're handing out. And we want to get more people, taking upon themselves to be able to do these actions. They're really pretty simple. It's just crossing the street, wearing some high visibility stuff, especially on a day like this, and just spreading the educational message.
How are people responding to you guys out there today? I know that you've got the orange on, you've got the signs, but are most cars stopping, or do you see some that are kind of blowing through?
Today, most are stopping. I think we've got a pretty good presence. I think when you definitely have, when you have all this stuff, it makes people see you a little more. It's different than if you're a lone pedestrian crossing by yourself. Right before we came on live, we did have one guy stop and scream at us and tell us how ridiculous we were. It really took him longer to stop and do that than just continue on his way.
That's horrible.
So we get some people like that. I know. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Yeah, for sure. So you've mentioned it, but who are the people? What's going on there? So you have those aren't school crossing guards. Those are people with the signs that you've created, right? Helping people safely.
Yeah, this is my coworkers, Michael and Caressa, part of the team of MilWAKee Walks, and they're trained ambassadors and safety ambassadors to do this. So they've done this a few times. Yeah,
That's good. They
But
know
there
what
we
they're
got
doing.
one
They're doing
stopping
it
for
right,
'em.
and they're also, they got the signs and everything. So what is, talk a little bit about the Pedal for Good Bike Week. When is it? What are the events going on? Can people get involved this year?
Yeah, so this year is definitely a different year as far as the big events and in-person stuff being canceled. So what we've decided to do is see the need in our community, and we're going to use bikes and to make a difference, to pedal for good. We're having a food drive where you can deliver food by bike and drop it off at or by car if you want to. Any Wheel and Sprocket bike shop in the Milwaukee area, Eric's on Kenilworth Bike Shop, and Dream Bikes on MLK. And we've also, we're trying to just help out our community. So food and supplies, there's a long list at bikeweek.wisconsinbikefed.org to check out what we need, places to drop that off. It's going to be starting September 12th. And I think the food drives are running through the end of the month, but we do have several events during the 12th through the 19th. We have a self-guided public art tour by bike. We have a bicycle benefits blitz where you can go around and take your bike to local businesses. Again, another group of people that need our support right now to ride to there and spend money at our local community businesses, and lots of other kind of just fun stuff that you can do to still be staying active and pedaling for good.
That's so great. Jake, thank you so much for joining us today. Even though it's raining, it's really important for us to keep pedestrians, bicycles, and motorists safe. So I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and especially because of the the time change, like you mentioned, it's gonna be darker, and so we all got to be looking out.
Such a good point.
Absolutely.
Thanks again, Jake. He does such a great job when he joins us and really illustrating how important it is and what they're doing to keep people safe on the road. So to learn more about Wisconsin Bike Week and Pedal for Good, go to this website. It's wisconsinbikefed.org. And to learn more on how to host a crosswalk action, as we talked about, near your home, you can go to facebook.com/MilWALKee Walks. Check out the clever spelling there, Milwaukee. Get it? Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.